Hey, you got Danita with Booty Bands, and I'm going to teach you how you can really grow that booty fast. I'm going to teach you 4 things that you're currently doing wrong and teach you 7 things how to really flip that around and get those booty gains quickly. So 1, you are using the wrong muscle because you haven't been taught which muscle to use. So I'm going to give you a few pointers on the things that you're possibly doing wrong, and there will be 4 of them. The first one is not activating the right muscle. Usually that means when you're done with your exercise that's supposed to be booty exercise, but your quads are killing you. The second thing that you're doing wrong is lifting too heavy. So when you lift too heavy, you end up pulling with different muscles instead of the muscles that you should be. So make sure that you go to the right weight that you can do. The third of what you're doing wrong is possibly doing too many full body or circuits. So full body workouts, I guess you could say. So what that means is you get addicted to the group workouts, and so you continuously keep doing them, but it goes from head to toe of what you're doing, and you're not really isolating that booty area to really get those gains. Number 4, you're not going deep enough. So a lot of you, if you're still new and you're beginning and you're up here, you're not going to be really activating all through that muscle if you're going all the way low. Same thing with a lunge. You want to make sure that instead of just doing these little tiny baby ones, that you're really going down and then you're squeezing up and really using that full muscle. So now we're going to go over the 7 things of what you can do instead. So a booty band is a great tool that you can use to warm up your glutes. And so if you do not have a booty band, you can go ahead and click on the link below. But so the first one of what to do better to get your booty faster is warming up your glutes. And essentially what that does is it teaches your muscles to activate the right ones rather than the wrong ones. So you'll be activating your booty rather than those quads. One I personally like is the clam. And of course I'm going to go with my mermaid routine, and that's going to be 20 clams. And I'm going to start to feel this in the medius, which is the top portion of my glutes. I'm already starting to feel it. So now that I'm starting to feel my booty getting activated, now I know that it's going to be on fire as far as ready to do my other movements. So as far as your legs, what I like to do is have my feet right underneath where my glutes are. A common mistake I see is they're either too far back, or they're too far forward, or they're too open. So make sure you get a good about 90 to 45 degree angle back here, and you can almost like touch your heels, which you can kind of see that I'm doing here. So then the next is going to be our mermaid. So you're just going to bring your fin up in the air, and we're going to go for a total of 15. Ooh, I'm on fire right here. Last, I'm going to do my human leg, so that's for 10. And if you've done these before, you know why I'm squirming right now, because they don't seem to get any easier. No matter how strong your booty is, you're always going to feel these. So these are for the beginner and for the advanced. Oh, rub it out. Rub it out. I'm gonna go on to the other side because we have 2 legs. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm having a harder time feeling it on this side. So what you're gonna do is move around until you can feel it more. You really wanna focus. Now this is where you're having that mind-body connection. Now I feel it. And now you're gonna do the human leg. So that's where you're really going, okay, what's burning at this point? If you're feeling your quad burning, then you're definitely using the wrong muscle. So this is where you're drawing into exactly how to connect your mind into the body of what is burning and what is being activated right now. And that's where you fix it. Ooh, now it's all booty. But at first I was kind of starting to feel other muscles take over. And that's where we want to be careful, is because if we start lifting heavier and heavier weight, we'll be using the wrong muscles, essentially not growing our booty. Number 2 is using the right muscles to make your booty grow faster. And I learned this essentially with my lunges, because when I first started working out, my lunges were really narrow, and therefore as you kind of see the dynamic of this, I'm all in my quads. Therefore if you see if most of my attention is through my toes, you're gonna see most of it through your heel. You'll hear me say that a lot in my videos. So what essentially really make a good wide stance, and so as you go down, you're able to feel this front glute and you're gonna push back through that heel. And I started really recognizing my glute muscles through here, so you're gonna feel a lot of your minimus here, which is your bottom glute muscle, as you're using and pressing through with that heel. So I'm gonna go ahead and go for 20. When you get 20, switch to the next leg. All right, a few pointers as far as lunges. I am holding on to something, so if you are new to lunges, please hold on to something as you have a lot of stability going through your core. If you feel unstable, you could injure yourself, so make sure that you're holding on to something. Another thing too, if you have knee problems, I suggest not going forward into lunges, since it is putting a lot of pressure and gravity onto your knees. Instead, you can control it by going backwards. So you can do either one. I really like the step back lunges because I can come up and squeeze through. So either one works. Obviously, do one or the other, but for this video, I'm showing you different kinds. I'm inhaling on the way down, exhaling on the way up. Again, focusing on that glute, staying in through that heel. Ooh, and I'm feeling it. And I'm starting to get a good, nice warmth going on here. Next is lifting to what you can handle. So that is our third one. So you really want to make sure that you're not overdoing your weight, because if you are, what ends up happening is other muscles end up taking over to pull that load. So you want to make sure that you're really still focusing into your body as well. So I'm going to start off with just body weight, and then I'm going to progress. I like using the booty band for these because it really keeps my knees in alignment, and it makes it so I really am in touch with my glutes more. It just keeps everything locked in place, and you'll feel a difference for sure. You can also have that resistance on the way up as you do an abductor right there. So here you really want to focus on heels. I'm a little bit on unstable ground, so I'm going to go ahead and move so that I'm completely on stable ground, and then my heels will be right underneath my knees. So this is a hip thruster. The difference between this and a bridge is the bridge is on the ground and the hip thruster are elevated. So I'm definitely feeling my glutes. Now that you feel your glutes and you can still see that you are using the right muscles, go ahead and pick up some weight and let's get that booty growing. Now notice that I'm not coming all the way down to the ground. That's a lot of your lower back that's not needed. So make sure that you stop to a level feel of where your spine is, and then come up and squeeze to as high as your hips can go. Everything that's gonna be nice, good, slow and controlled. I'll talk about that on the next one. Definitely burning. So you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and pick up some more weight. So really look at my neck position. I'm not straining my neck or like forward or back. You really keep it in a neutral position on every exercise that you're doing. And again, I'm feeling my glutes, it feels great. So I'm gonna go ahead and up my weight. Girls, please don't be intimidated by the weight, because this is something that you're gonna work up towards. As you just focus on body weight first, you're gonna be focusing on that glute strength, and you'll be able to build that muscle and eventually get to heavier weight. I'm still feeling my glutes here, so of course I can go heavier, but for just this demonstration of the video, I want you to see how you can progress knowing that you're using your glutes. I would usually put something underneath my hips on this one, because it does start to kind of bother, obviously, our female hips. We are on number 4 tip on how to grow your booty fat, and that is the Bulgarian split squat. And so essentially you're gonna put your toes back up behind a bench, and as your other leg is going to be a good distance up. Now here's the common mistake that I have seen amongst a lot of women, is where their feet are too narrow and they're going again on all that quad. So make sure you get a good, nice wide stance, Again, if you kind of look, it's not a runway model, a railroad track. All right, this is a change your tempo, so you can use this change your tempo into any of your leg days. What it is you're gonna shock the muscle by actually going to different speeds. So I'm gonna show you what those speeds are today. So as I get a good, nice wide stance, I'm gonna go down, but really focus in through that heel, and I'm gonna push back through that heel. My first 5 are gonna be really slow. So at a 1-2 count up, 1-2 count down. After 5 of those, I'm gonna go slow down. 1, 2, 3, quick up, speed. There we go, 1, 2, 3, quick up. You can hear my personal training come out. Last one, 3, 2, 1, and 1 quick up. All right, and last is 10 speeds. Move your foot around if you can't feel that glute. Beautiful, and switch to the next leg. All right, again, slow for 5, 1, 2 down, 1, 2 up. Awesome, slow down, 1, 2, 3, quick up. You can do these with squats, you can do these with bridges, you can do them with whatever you want. Just change up that pace, shock that body. After 5 of those, speed for 10. Beautiful. We are number 5 tip on how to get your booty to grow fast. So this one is called Go Deeper. So the reason why I say this is because when we're not thinking, we're like, stop, stop. When really we should be like, oh, there it is. So essentially if you can grab a bench to help you get that low, that would be a great one. The next one I'm gonna show you is our Sumo Squats. And if you do not want to go on the benches, you can actually just go to the floor and actually have your weight touch the ground and then come back up. That makes it so every single time you've got to get nice and deep on those Sumo Squats. If you are advanced and you'd like to take it to the next level, let's hop on up to the benches. Make your benches about a little wider than hip distance apart. Make sure that you've got a good, nice wide stance. If it feels a little uncomfortable, go ahead and make some adjustments. Your biggest focus again is your heels. As long as you're focusing on your heels and focusing your mind-body connection onto your glutes, you'll be able to get your booty gains faster. All right, here we go. Nice and low, press up through those heels. Booty gains. Oh, I'm on fire today for sure, especially even after that warm-up. I love these days though. When you feel other muscles are starting to take over, such as my quads, go ahead and take a little breather and jump back in when you know that your body can handle it. We just completed our workout, so you're gonna do that 3 times. However, I have 2 more things left for you as far as our tips go. So tip number 6 would be a dedicated booty day. Oftentimes, I see too often girls just doing circuit training all day long because that's all that they know. They know just group workouts because they're easy. And you know what? I'm to blame for that. I've done that as well. What ends up happening though is you end up plateauing and you don't get your booty gains fast. So the purpose of number 6 is to really get in there and focus on isolating and doing compound exercises and really doing different exercises to shock that booty. Tip number 7, almost done. So tip number 7 is how you eat. So I usually save my higher carb days for my booty days. And what that means is usually eat your higher carbs before and after your workout. So usually it's like those days I'm really hungry, I get excited for booty day because I know I can eat a little bit more. The other days taper it down a little bit, and essentially it's called the carb cycling. Heard of it? As well about diet, when I say have a higher carb day, that doesn't mean you're gonna go for your donuts or for your cake or for your white bread or for your bullshit out there, excuse my language. But what it means is your healthy carbs, and you can actually learn what those are by my small waist diet program that I've also offered with my booty bands. I don't just do booty bands, I do booty bands that comes with small waist diet program and 10 days of workouts because I care so much about your transformations. Damn it, get those transformations and get those booty gains. Thanks for watching, you guys. I had so much fun. Make sure you like my video, comment if you have any questions. I do throw a lot of live, so if you do have anything you'd like to speak to me or meet me in person, I hold those all the time, so stay tuned for those. And hit subscribe because I have so many fun videos that I'm excited to show you.